Kaizen screenshots are here, and I'm gonna basically break these down and let y'all know what we got and what we've seen. So actually, and before we get into the video, a big shout out to Shonen Games again, also for translating these. Make sure you go check out his website, things like that. And this is something you might be interested in, stay tuned to the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those nice things, and let's go ahead and just hop straight into this video. So when we look at some of the new things that they basically, some new information they gave us, they went into more depth about the different type of attacks in this game. And there's going to be 4 different types of attacks. There's going to be planned attacks, which are basically like your normal strikes, your punches, your kicks, things like that. They're also going to have cursed attacks, which are things that you use after getting your curse gauge up to a certain point. These are things like Black Flash, Cursed Speech, and also Hollow Purple. And then we also have co-op attacks. So we kind of figured we were going to have co-op attacks when we saw, you know, some of the last scans where it showed Itadori and Nobara doing their famous pose from when they were fighting the brothers on the bridge. But they go into more detail saying that, you know, depending on the characters you use, you're going to get specific, you know, either original scenes, like original animations, or you might get cinematic scenes from the anime and manga. So, you know, this confirms that, you know, some characters, if they do bring some characters that really haven't got that type of scene in the anime, they'll also pull things from the manga, which is pretty cool. And these things are going to allow your cursed gauge to go up. Now, one thing that I saw that was interesting about the cursed gauge is it says that it's going to go up by 1 block, which is very interesting. So I'm just curious, how many blocks is each character going to have? How much blocks is it going to like take away to do some of these cursed techniques? Are they all going to be only 1 block besides, you know, your special technique? If that's the case, you could spam a certain cursed technique if you like that one. I'm very interested to see how they're going to do this. And then of course we found out from one of the last screenshots that we have awakening attacks, and these are going to, you know, be things that can deal out devastating damage and things like that. But this can only be used once, so you're going to have to, you know, time when you use this. So we move over to the next thing, it's going to be fighting types. And basically they said, you know, you very much got to pay attention to the type of people that you pair together, because each type of fighter, each cursed user in this game is going to specialize in different things. And the different classes that they have, what it looks like is going to be close range specialist, which is going to be Itadori, Maki, Toge, and Panda. We also have our mid-range fighters, which is going to be Megumi and Todo, and then our far-range specialists are going to be Jogo, Hanami, and Nobara. One thing that really sticks out for me that I saw here is that Toge is a close-range specialist, and with him using this cursed speech, I thought he would have maybe been a little bit farther distance, and that makes me a little bit worried about what's the distance going to be for his cursed speech for it to actually be effective. And then they have one last class, which is basically going to be the all-range, which is, you know, the busted characters like Sukuna and Gojo. So we move over to the next thing, it's going to be awakening attacks. So some things they went more into depth, and they basically broke down the awakened attacks for most of, you know, a lot of the characters they're bringing. But the thing is, some of these awakening attacks will deal damage, and some of these will be power-ups that give you, you know, stronger boost and things like that. So you're very much going to have to, you know, choose when you decide to use this. But when we go into it, we look at it, Itadori, whenever you get his awakening attack, you're going to get the 4 times Black Flash. Nobara is going to do the straw doll technique, and it says here timing is key, so it seems like you might be able to miss this depending on, you know, maybe the chance of missing hers is a little bit higher than the chance of missing other people's. When we look at Maki, she's going to get Playful Cloud Performance, which is just, you know, going to be like basically a striking attack. We look at Toge, he's going to get Stop and Crush, and this is why I said that the range is very much going to be a concern for me when it comes to playing with this character, since he's a close range specialist, and, you know, it goes off of sound. So I'm very interested to see how that goes. We look at Panda, it says that he's going to get a gorilla combo in his gorilla mode, and then also they said later dates for certain characters. But the key thing about some of these later characters is the fact that there are some of the new characters that, you know, they just announced, but also Gojo, Sukuna, and Megumi, they are all users that have domain expansion, which makes me think, you know, domain expansion is going to work a little bit different with their awakened techniques. I'm very interested to see how they're going to do this. And it just looks very interesting and just very cool. And then also they gave us some things, you know, since they're not going to touch on characters like Jogo and stuff like that, but Jogo will also have a domain expansion from what I'm believing, since, you know, he used one in the anime. And since they're going this far with the awakening attacks, I'm just very interested to see if they bring characters like Mechamaru and also Nanami. How are they going to implement, you know, their awakened attack? Is Mechamaru going to like summon that big ass robot that looks like like Ava. I'm very interested to see how they're gonna do that. And then we move over to the next thing is gonna be new character, basically deeper dives. They went farther in with some of these newer characters like Todo. Basically they said teaming him up with his best friend seems like it's gonna make him a little bit more effective as a character. So far all I know from the anime is his best friend is only Itadori, so we're gonna have to see how that goes. Jogo, it seems like he is very much going to be focused on having great movement, and also of course he's going to have his ranged flamed curses. As you can see in the screenshot, he has like some flamed curses helping him out. And then Hanami, which I thought was pretty interesting, it says that he's grounded, so I wonder if that's going to mean like, you know, he's weaker against, you know, characters that have aerial capabilities, people like Momo, or even like, you know, Gojo being able to fight in the air. But it also says that his awakening attack, if it hits, it unleashes Hanami's arm and his power gets dramatically stronger, which I think is pretty cool. And from some of the newer screenshots we got, we can see that Hanami is doing strikes from the ground and things like that, maybe like to restrain people. So, and you see the cursed buds, so I was right, you know, they threw in the cursed buds in there, so I'm glad that they're going to be implementing that. And then we move over to the last thing. It's going to be some things that I just picked up from seeing the screenshots. Is we have, you know, of course there was going to be other stages, but we have some stages that at least seem like they're confirmed, and that's going to be Jujutsu High Sorcery, which is, you know, the area, you know, where Geto fought Maki and Yuta. Don't really know how they're exactly going to do this map, but pretty much I think it's, you know, Jujutsu Sorcery High School, you know, basically their grounds. And then we're also going to have the bridge where Gojo and Jogo fought each other. This is either the bridge where Gojo and Jogo fought, or the bridge whenever Nobara and Itadori fought the brothers, but I think it's probably from the Jogo one, since, you know, they have him in the screenshot. And then they're also going to have the river during the Kyoto Goodwill event arc when Hanami was fighting Maki in, you know, the second years, and he beat them up by the river. I kind of wonder if they're going to have another map in this forest, but that's the one they confirmed right now. So some ones that I want on my wish list, you know what arc we're in right now, so you know I got to be able to fight in Shibuya Crossing. It'd be so cool to be able to just smack people across Shibuya Crossing. I also would like them to add the high school that Nanami and Itadori fought Mahito at. That'd be pretty cool, you know, knocking somebody, because it obviously looks like from some of the trailers you could knock people into the environment and stuff like that. So I think it'd be pretty cool, like, you know, if you punch somebody through like a window and then all of a sudden you're fighting in a school hallway. I don't know if they'll go that far with it, but even when you look at the Jogo screenshot, it looks like part of the bridge, like, you know, simulating whenever the car went off the bridge and like broke through the rails. It looks like you might be able to go down that bridge, like go down the side of the, you know, the mountain over there, which is pretty interesting. And the last one I'd like the Kyoto School campus. That'd be pretty cool if we got that as a stage to fight at in this game. But let me know what y'all think about some of the updates with this game so far. And I mean, hey, it's just continuing to expand, and I'm ready to see what some of these other abilities and, you know, who else they're gonna bring to the game. But let me know what y'all think about it in the comments, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one, man. We up.